The last few weeks at Boeing have been rather eventful. Of course, for those following the aviation industry, it seems like there's a never-ending stream of news related to Boeing. For today's video, we'll look at news related to the plane maker, including findings of a safety report and progress on certification and production. So, let's get started. First off, Boeing recently released its third annual Chief Aerospace Safety Officer Report, or CASO report. This report is an update on the company's progress in strengthening product and aviation safety and comes after an FAA panel stated that Boeing's safety culture has been found to be inadequate and confusing. It's clear for all to see that Boeing is currently experiencing a crisis brought on by crashes and other failures within its once-heralded 737 product. Reuters wrote about Boeing's new CASO report, saying, "In February, an expert panel reviewing Boeing's safety management processes had found a disconnect between the plane maker's senior management and employees involved in its safety culture." As an internal report, Boeing's safety progress is somewhat self-laudatory and self-congratulatory. It should not be read as a fully independent third-party perspective into Boeing's safety culture. Instead, it reads that Boeing is doing everything it can to improve and doesn't appear to mention or otherwise glosses over its past mistakes. Separately, Bloomberg reports that Boeing is teaming up with the largest labor union and the FAA to review employee concerns. In the safety culture section of the report, Boeing claims to have redoubled its efforts to encourage employees to, quote, raise concerns about product and services safety, quality, and compliance. One of the more interesting pieces of information in the report is that these efforts have resulted in an over 500% increase in Speak Up reporting channel submissions in the first 2 months of 2024 compared to the first 2 months of 2023. Seeing this as a positive, Boeing stated, "Increased reporting is a sign of progress toward a robust reporting culture." Data collected from Boeing's employees and production system, as well as operational data from external sources, are the driving forces behind Boeing's safety management system. To enhance safety practices, Boeing established the Safety Management System Boards to help identify, track, and mitigate risks in their areas of operation. Boeing said it has also expanded external safety data sources and worked with the FAA's Aircraft Certification Service to develop machine learning algorithms to identify emerging hazards and safety trends. There's a lot packed into the report, but those are some of the notable highlights we thought you might be interested in. Just how much progress Boeing is making to enhance safety and enable employees to report problems remains to be seen. Boeing is a very large and complex company, and it takes a lot of effort and time for the internal cultures and systems of large companies to change. This leads us to our second Boeing story, which sees Boeing moving forward with designing the 737 MAX's engine anti-ice system, a system that would prevent the overheating of the engine nacelles. According to a report by the Air Current, the manufacturer's internal schedules for the certification of the Boeing 737 MAX 7 and MAX 10 have slipped to late 2025 at the earliest, and the anti-ice system is one thing the plane maker needs to revise to address safety concerns. The additional delay to the two types came as the plane maker selected its design to change the 737 MAX engine inlet, which the FAA said was at risk of overheating and subsequent failure, potentially resulting in severe engine inlet cowl damage. An FAA report in June 2023 indicated that flight testing and analysis had revealed that using the engine anti-ice in dry air for more than 5 minutes under certain conditions could result in the engine inlet cowl overheating, resulting in the failure of the engine inlet inner barrel and severe inlet cowl damage. An airworthiness directive applied to all Boeing 737 MAX aircraft, including the 737 MAX 7 and MAX 10. However, the FAA said that the AD was only an interim action since Boeing was developing a modification to address the unsafe condition identified in the directive. While the fix will delay certification of the MAX 7 and 10, A source recently told Reuters that Boeing plans to conduct flight testing on the revised system later this year. This backs up the confidence expressed by Boeing Chief Financial Officer Brian West, who said in January that the anti-ice fix could be addressed within a year. For our third and final Boeing story, the FAA has received Boeing's Quality Improvement Plan, but that has not translated into any leniency from the government agency, as it wants to ensure that Boeing executes the plan properly. Thus, the production of Boeing's 737 MAX aircraft will continue to be capped at 38 units per month, and it'll likely take a few more months before it can be increased again. In February, Boeing was given 90 days to come up with a plan to solve its production and quality deficiencies. On May 30th, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun and other top company executives presented the plan to FAA Administrator Mike Whitaker and other agency officials. Whitaker said that they don't have a fixed timeline on when Boeing could be allowed to ramp up MAX production, adding that it's unlikely to be done in the next few months. CNBC quotes him as saying, "We will not approve production increases beyond the current cap until we're satisfied. Boeing has laid out their roadmap, and now they need to execute." Boeing's report mentions the steps the company took to invest in its workforce, particularly after many of its senior workers opted for exit packages during the COVID-19 pandemic. Other steps taken to improve production practices include adding 300 hours of training material and introducing workplace coaches. The company is also trying to declutter managers' schedules so they can spend more time in the factories. In a message to employees, Stephanie Pope, chief executive of Boeing's commercial airplane unit, said that the plan includes actions that fit within 4 categories: invest in workforce training, simplify plans and processes, eliminate defects, and elevate safety and quality culture. The executive stated, "We are confident in the plan that we have put forward and are committed to continuously improving. We will work under the FAA's oversight and uphold our responsibility to the flying public to continue delivering safe, high-quality airplanes." And so the FAA will continue to monitor Boeing's progress to see if the plan is being implemented, and its senior leaders will meet with Boeing's team every week to review the company's performance. So what do you think of everything currently going on at Boeing? Are you confident that the company will bounce back and return as a better plane maker now that its bad practices have been exposed? Do let us know your thoughts on this topic by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.